Narcissists are not capable of living in a state of being able to maintain a healthy relationship, healthy boundaries, healthy substance. They can't do that. They have to instead fabricate and create and make up and come up with illusions and strategies in order to trick you into thinking that they are something that they are not, so to speak. They are not as intelligent as they let on to be. They are not as in control. They're not as masculine. They're not as confident. They're not as loving or empathetic, whether it's male or female. They don't have these qualities. But what they can do is, in a sense, they're professional actors. They can mimic these traits. They can mimic these attributes. I had a narcissist, for example, try to mimic everything about me. Everything. And it was really interesting because, I was like, oh, wow, this guy is so cute. And I was like, wait, hold up a minute. He tried to mimic everything about me, right? But at the same time, what was really interesting was he was a psychopath. He was a narcissist. He wasn't even capable of feeling in general. He wasn't capable of understanding those emotions. He wasn't capable of understanding logical thought processes. But what he would do is practice and mimic and, okay, let me change my voice to kind of sound like that. And let me change my speech to kind of sound like that. Let me say these different things. Let me do these different things. Let me move and act that way and look like it. But on the inside, they have absolutely nothing going on. And when you go away from the narcissist, you notice that they become a completely different person. And part of the reason why they become a completely different person is there was no person there to begin with. I have watched these narcissists shapeshift and transform like no other. They become different people. They put on different identities. It's interesting, if you leave a narcissist and you come back 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years later, you see the narcissist and they are wearing a completely different mask. They're a whole different person. They change their clothes. They change their hair. They change their bodies. They change their everything about themselves. And I'm not talking about upgrading your fashion or changing your outfits. And that's all great. I'm talking about they become a whole different character, a whole different persona. They transform so let's say before they were like a hippie and they were into reggae and they liked to smoke pot and they were, very bohemian and very spiritual. Now all of a sudden you see them 4 years later and they're a raver and they're super hardcore into hip hop culture and they're speaking in a different accent and they've got a beard and a goatee and they have their hair different. They're a whole different person with a different almost backstory. And I've seen them change their accents. Right? So they might be I've seen some of them go from being rocker guys and hardcore into that though, almost like a Motley Crue, think Tommy Lee-ish, way into rockerish, and then switch up and be a hardcore rapper type of guy. And using slang and talking in a fake accent and talking like he grew up in the hood and has a goatee and has his hair different and has his clothes different, totally different character. Totally different persona, different person. I saw another one. I don't want to give out too many details, but I've seen some of them. When I say dramatically change their characters, I mean become different people, different accents, different hair, different clothes, different attitudes, different belief systems, different types of music, different everything. It's because the narcissists aren't real. None of it's real. It's all fake. It's all made up. It's all manufactured just for you in many cases. In some cases, it may seem like a twin flame or it may seem like a super strong connection. It's because you're meeting yourself like a mirror of yourself. Because they're mirroring you. They're mirroring your facial expressions oftentimes. They're mirroring your cute mannerisms. If you have a nice smile, if you have a bubbly personality, if you are super friendly and loving and you like to do things for the community or go out to... They're mimicking you. They're mirroring your traits. And so when they're mirroring your traits and they're right there in front of you, it seems like you've met this really great, amazing person who is just like you. And so you would think that they must get you. They don't get you at all. But you would think they get you because you guys have so much in common. You guys do all the same stuff. You act alike. You talk alike. You guys move alike. You guys dress alike. Wow. This is somebody that truly gets me. They don't get you at all. They're fake. They're not real. It's a persona. It's a mask. All they know how to do is wear masks, but here's the problem. They are wearing this mask, but in order to keep you with them, where you're getting this great feeling of like, oh wow, this person's just like me, and da-da-da, even though they're not, they have to lower your vibration or lower your frequency. They have to keep you in a negative state that resonates with them. So if they're dark on the inside, which most of them are, if they're negative, if they are in a very miserable state, they have to get you as close to that as possible in order to actually be around you. Hope you have a great day. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.